Hi, and welcome back to the Cart Podcast. Annyeonghaseyo. And today I'm going to be talking about things that I have recently discovered on the Korean entertainment scene in terms of singers and shows, things like that. Again, I'm really sorry about the nature in the background, but you know, it makes the talk more calming with the presence of nature because, you know, we all love nature. So, on to this episode. I'm the sort of person that enjoys finding out new things in terms of artists and shows and things like that, particularly music, because I'm a big music fan. I wish my sense of music was much better. I was just talking to my friend the other day about how I wish I had perfect pitch because it would make it so much more easier for me to play things on the piano, because I really love the piano even though I'm rubbish at it. But you know, that's just who I am. But every time I do discover new things, I get super hyped up about this new thing, and it becomes my new thing for just a long time. I also do this with non-Korean artists as well. So recently, even though this is non-Korean, I discovered the artist Girl in Red, and she's a singer from a European country, which sounds quite cool, but her music is really, really nice. I vibe with it a lot. So if you have not heard of Girl in Red, because she's being played everywhere at the moment in the UK, but her music is really good, so if you want to check her out, that's good. I love her song Serotonin that came out, and generally her music generally is just really good. She started off on SoundCloud as well. I always find it so amazing how people can just make their own music these days. It's so extraordinary. But yes, on to this episode. So the first person I'm going to talk about today is an artist named Rio. And I came across her music because there's a drama out at the moment called Nevertheless. And this drama's a bit out there and a bit unique, and it's a bit different to your typical K-dramas because I think it's kind of 18 plus rated, so just a heads up. I haven't seen the drama yet, but there are mixed reviews about it. But there was a scene that came up on YouTube, and the background music for this scene was really, really pretty, and I couldn't find the song anywhere. I was researching the OST music, but I couldn't find that particular song. But luckily someone replied back to my comment, and I fell in love with this song. But the song was called The Rose Song, or in Korean, Changmi Yuhenga, and it is such a beautiful song. Rio's voice is just so beautiful, and ever since I heard that song, when I heard that song, I just tried to find out more about this artist and her music, and I was honestly surprised by how small she is, because her music is really good, but it just goes to show that, wow, her music is just getting out there now, and I really hope she comes out with more tunes and gets bigger because she deserves it. Her songs are pretty good. Her tracks are on YouTube as well as SoundCloud, and her Instagram as well is called @RioKimi. She also covered a song which she put up on SoundCloud by the band The 1975, and they're one of my favourite groups. I love their music as well. But the song she covered was called Be My Best Mistake, and I was just blown away by how amazing she sounds with just a piano. And yeah, I hope she has bigger things out there for her because she's a good artist. The next big thing that I just discovered, well, I didn't just discover it, I kept seeing clips on YouTube. Everything I find out about things is like from YouTube because I'm sort of obsessed with YouTube I'm not obsessed as I used to be, but everything I find is on YouTube. But this show I'm going to talk about is called The Sixth Sense, and it's literally Sixth Sense in Korean as well. And this show is crazy. I was so taken aback by it being aired. Like, it breaks all those barriers that you don't really see in Korean shows. So it's kind of fresh and unique. But it goes like this. We have the hosts Yoo Jae-sok, the the god of comedy in Korea. We have Jessie, my favourite. She's an artist, but she's doing really well these days with her shows and her singing career as well. We have Jung So Min, who's also from Running Man and is an actress. And we have Onara, an actress, and Miju from Lovelies. And in season 2, we also have Lee Yang-sok, and he's also an actor. So every episode they have a guest which comes onto their show, and they have these 3 things set out for them. Most of the time they're restaurants, or sometimes they're sports as well. And they have to try and decide which one is fake out of the 3. 2 are real and 1 is fake. Now, I have to say, the amount of effort the production crew put into making this one fake thing look real is just extraordinary. Like, they put so much work into it, and even the people that they sort of put for this fake situation and scenario, they're really good as well. Like, I don't understand how they can find such great people, but I was just like taken aback by the first episode. The first episode I was completely thrown off, and I didn't realise how much effort the production crew were going to put into it, because I was sort of going along and trying to guess it as well. And yeah, the first episode, I got it completely wrong. But I have to say, after that, I guessed pretty much all of them correctly, which I was really proud about. I understood from the first episode that the production crew are just going to play mind games, and yeah, it's just amazing. The hosts in general, I don't know who like threw this combination of these people together, but I absolutely love it. It's so mad. The 4 girls are all have very strong, outgoing personalities, and then just seeing them together acting all girly and just doing their own thing and becoming close was just so cute. And it was literally, they kept saying it as well, even though I was thinking it right from the start. There's the kids, which are all the 4 girls, and then Yoo Jae-suk, who's their teacher, and he's always like driving them around in the car. But it's just funny like seeing them all together. And honestly, I do feel a little bad for Yoo Jae-suk because he's always like a bit like embarrassed, and it's a bit awkward for him because they're all girls and sometimes they talk about girly things. So it's just funny. It's even more funny as well when the guest comes on, because in most of the first season the guest looks so awkward, and I feel like they just need to chill a bit when the guests come on. But it's just funny. I love it so much. All the guests, were awkward apart from one, and that was Jang Dong-yoon, who you can tell is a fan of the show because they kept putting like that fan headband on him every time he started speaking, which is absolutely funny. But I have just finished the first season and I'm halfway through the season 2, and I really hope there is a season 3 because I absolutely love the show. The next thing I'm going to talk about is called the Jongshik Request Show, or Jongshik, which is a web show, and Jongshik is a announcer, and also he comes a lot on Jessie's Show to View, and this is on YouTube, so it's easy to watch. And his show is actually really cute because he has his own show now, and it's about making requests. So the people that come on, or people who know the people that come on, make requests to Jongshik to do something, like make formal requests. So far the guests have been Luna, Ravi, AB6, WJSN The Black. I've never heard of them before, but they're really cool. It just goes to show that there are so many groups out there that don't get the recognition that they deserve, and it's kind of nice that shows like this give them that recognition. There's also one is us Laywan, a rapper, which, oh my god, Laywan, when he came on, I was in hysterics. He's a great rapper, but he is all over the place. It's crazy. But Jongshik himself is so funny because he's kind of new to this MC type of job, and because he's an announcer, and I can see his announcer side in him when he talks. It's kind of funny, but he always ends up messing up and doing the wrong thing and not following the cue cards properly as well. He doesn't really follow the cue cards as correctly, and the production crew always have to correct him on the order. And the guests themselves are super hilarious. It hasn't been that long since the show first started. I think it started around April time, or May or June. But the show is really good and I highly suggest you check it out. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a song that has been in my head for a very, very long time. And it's a song by Mush Venom and Just This. And it's called Yetta or Take It. And it's produced by Groovy Room. This song is so catchy. And the video I find so cute because there are these kids that are just dancing. And they just look really adorable in their little outfits because they're wearing these hoodies and like woolly beanies. And it's so cute. And the lyrics... I'm not sure if I might be wrong about this, and correct me if I am, but they're basically like a fire track, like a diss track to the people that wronged, that kind of ignored and didn't take much notice of the artist. And he's all like, look at me now, bro, because I made it, and now you know me, get out of my way and take the rest of your rubbish with you because I don't want to know you anymore because you didn't want to know me. And the rap, I have to say, by Just This is a little bit eyebrow raising and a bit, on the bad side, but it is a really good song and I think you guys should check it out because this sort of music is just one of the types of styles of music I like to listen to. And another song that came out very recently, so I had to add it to my notes of my script for this episode, and it's a song by Akmu. If you have not heard of Akmu, they used to be called Akdong Musician and they are siblings and they have the best voices ever. They are singer-songwriters. I think the brother does more of the songwriting, but even still, they are so good at singing. I envy their voices. But they came out with a song called Hey Kid, Close Your Eyes with Lee Sun-hee. Lee Sun-hee is like a legend in the Korean music scene. She's been around for a very long time and is an amazing singer as well. In Korean, it's called Jeonjaengto, which means battleground, and it basically describes the life of how kids have to grow up. And when I first saw this video, I thought maybe it's representing just people who live in situations where war is prevalent, but I think it means more than that. It means, as well as those that live with these horrible situations, it's something to be grateful for our lives. That's how I thought of it. But I also think it also means that every kid goes through some sort of battleground when they're growing up in terms of their life and how they grow up to be the person they want to be. Because when you're younger, you think of what you want to be and who you're going to be when you're older. You're always thinking of this. And the fact that you haven't really decided, some people haven't really decided on what they want to be. Because don't get me wrong, some people have decided, but then there are those that haven't, like me. But these sort of people just get lost in life and then they're just sort of all over the place. So I think in that sense it has a meaning of the battleground of life and how you have to survive it. And I think it's just crazy how generally society and things like social media make a big effect on our lives and the way we want to steer our lives as well. And it shouldn't do, really, because we have our own say in what we want to do in our life, so you should just do whatever. But it is a really cute video. The singers, Akmu, are really, really, really good. I really like the hook of the song when it goes, hey kid, close your eyes. But yeah, it's a great song. You should check it out. So I really hoped you liked to listen to the little things that I have discovered recently. You may have already found out about them, so that's cool if you did. But if you didn't, check them out if you think it's your thing. And I'm going to finish this podcast episode with quotes from the two songs. The first one is from Rio the Rose song. It is such a beautiful song, but this is the quote I've got from it. And it goes like this. 언제나처럼 울먹이며 보고 싶어 해. So I miss you as always. And I think there's something to do with crying in there because of 울먹이며. I don't know, I might be wrong. And then the next quote is from the Akmu song. And it goes like this. 답답해도 지금만 참아. So that means hang in there just a little bit, even though it's a bit suffocating. And that line comes straight after the "Hey kid, close your eyes." I don't know, but recently I've been in a really singing mood, so. And recently I saw a cover of Rosie from the Blackpink do a cover of The Only Exception by Paramore, and that Paramore generally was one of my favourite groups growing up, and The Only Exception is my favourite song by them. I used to listen to it all the time as a kid, and I've still got it on my playlists now. I listen to it all the time now, but oh my god, it just brought back so many memories of me being in school and listening to it. But yeah, that is it for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed and liked listening to the things you heard here. And if you haven't done already, and if you haven't, then check them out, because I have been loving them all. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Anchor, Spotify and YouTube. And there is also an Instagram page you can follow called Apcar Podcast. And you can just see what I'm listening and watching to, although at the moment it's been a bit dead because, I don't know, there's probably no one listening to this. But it's cool because I love doing this, so, do what you love. And I will see you next time. Ita beyo!